Well, there's the most handsome man I've ever seen in my life. No, I hate it when you do that. I am giving you my opinion from my world perspective. Therefore, every time you tell me that's not true, I'm ugly, and you put it, well, no, I guess that's fair. That's your opinion from your world perspective, but that doesn't negate that that's how I feel about you. And you don't have to believe that it's true of everyone, but it would feel nice to know that you believe me when I say it about you. I think the world of you. I think you're incredible. Ow. My face. About my face. Yes, you're right. I've got some new little scratches on it, but don't you worry. I am perfectly fine. It just meant that I had to take on some new tactics when it came to a new inductee. Into my program, darling. We went over this before. Like your ex-girlfriend. Yeah, I know. And I know that those are really rough months down there in those tunnels, but I think I proved that I made a program that is absolutely going to ensure that we're never going to have to deal with these issues ever again. See, I go find unfaithful women and I show them a little thing or two. They go through my program and they learn to appreciate the men in their lives and the chances that they've got. You see, us girls, I don't care if we even look like a foot. We can easily go find someone, but there's so many pressures put on men in this day and age, You have to look good, make enough money, be macho, and look like a Chad at all times, never cry, and never ever fall apart. So stupid. And you have to make all of the first moves. You have to be suave, debonair, and know exactly what to say. It's all stupid. I reject the whole thing, and I reject the girls that are making you feel like you have to do that. So, if I want to be a part of the change in this world, I thought if I was just different, that's all that needed to happen. But then I realized I could make it where more women were like that. There just had to be a program that helped them learn that it's perfectly okay to go after a guy that you're interested in and to not try to elevate yourself to the next guy, but rather try to elevate your relationship that you're in with someone. Love them for who they are and flourish. And then that means that there'll be more guys who find someone and that they feel like they're seen, and there'll be less guys that get heartbroken like you. She used you because she viewed you as an opportunity, not as a person. And so I decided to go out and make sure she learned a little bit of a lesson. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. And now she's thriving, and don't worry, I keep tabs on her. I make sure that she will never do that with another guy again, because she cheated on the guy after you. Remember, we caught her. She learned nothing. I ultimately want to teach all of these girls something. And after her, she was so thankful that I helped put her on the straight and narrow. I went and found more and more girls, and I just... What? No, I don't think I'm Batwoman. I don't think I'm definitely not Jigsaw. I'm not putting through though. Now that I would not put them through things like that. I wouldn't say I'm better than that. I'm not creative enough for all of that. I'm not trying to make some new Gotham or trying to, I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to get at, but I'm not some cartoonish villain. I'm not some anti-hero. I'm not even a hero. I'm an entrepreneur. I am the ultimate girl boss by taking girl bosses and teaching them they're being stupid. They're being fed a pack of crap, and they should be appreciative of the things that are around them, because they're sitting there complaining that they're single and have no one to love, but they're not appreciating the people who are there that they could just love. And this program has been working. Well, I'm not having ex-boyfriends pay me. That would be silly. No, I have the girls pay me afterwards. Your ex-girlfriend? She went on to do 3 fights, and she gave me the prize winnings of all of them because she was grateful for the process. 2 more girls that just graduated, and they are already so much more fulfilled, so much more happier than they could ever be. I am creating a program, a school, and now I have... Yes, I guess we should talk about that. I know what I had to do to get you down into those tunnels. I know that I had to knock you out. I know you had to stay down there with me, but you didn't go through any of the programming. I don't even like that you would suggest that. You're perfect. You've always been perfect. You've always been the thing I wanted to protect. You've always been the thing that I didn't want to see become bad, corrupted. You've been the thing that I've been fighting for this entire time. Why on God's green earth would I then want to change you? I wanted to create a world that more yous could thrive in and be happy with. You found love with me. I found love with you, and I want more people to be able to have that in their lives, my darling. I wouldn't want anything to come in between that. So I just... What? No. I can definitively say that I have no worries about showing you any of the tapes, any of the proof, any of the evidences of everything that happened to you down there. Anything that you ever want, anything you ever want to know, you just have to ask. I want a relationship of the utmost trust and respect, and I know what I did, but I had to do it. You were threatening to go to the cops. Yeah, well, because you didn't see the vision. You know? Visionaries are often looked at as being kooks and crazy. Nikola Tesla was absolutely considered a nut job by many. When the Wright brothers said they wanted to learn how to fly, people thought that was absurd. People had never thought that there'd be such thing as an iron horse that we call a vehicle that people would have. They thought horses would last forever. Looms were considered magical at some point when seamstresses reigned supreme. This is a different way of going about rehabilitating people who have lost their way, and they're so lost in the sauce they don't realize it. But there's plenty of time to turn them back around. And again, 100% of my graduates are much happier than they said they were before. And no, it's not because they got out of a chamber and they're just happy to be out of it. They have more meaningful relationships with people around them. They are finding that they're not feeling unfulfilled. They're not feeling frustrated with life. Isn't that a great thing? Isn't that something we should all strive for? And isn't that what entrepreneurs do? They find a problem and they create a solution, and then they test it, and then they figure out how to make it on scale. Now that I have graduates, they can say that they entered my program, and then I can now have I now won't have to find more aggressive means to put people into my program or get inductees. Now I'll have people signing up, and we can absolutely open up some sort of school, And I understand, but you didn't see the vision, babe. You couldn't see the forest through the trees. She was out there humiliating you, us, frequently. She enjoyed it. She thought it was fun. Meanwhile, you had to sit back and watch all of that happen. I love you. I love you more than anything on this earth. And I couldn't continue to allow that to happen. I had to make a stand. I had to do something to stop it. And that's why I had to take care of her. But the problem with you is you're too smart. You're too smart. And so there was no way to hide it from you, not long term. So then I had to keep you protected, to keep you away from the fray, from everything that was happening, so that you then didn't stop it before you could then see the vision of what this could be, of the people we could help, of the people like you that we could help. See, you're the people that get hurt if these people, these women, are running around this earth. I'm trying to protect the yous by getting the thems and finding a way to make them happier. Which then makes it to where when they come across the yous of the earth, you could be happier. And so no, of course I wouldn't need to knock out every ex, because now we're going to have inductees coming in willingly. Or we can also, well, you're right, they're so lost they don't know they need help, but some might, and those who don't, we do have a way of being able to get inductees in. And then, aren't you sleepy? I'm sorry. It's just been such a long day. What did you put in the tea? Did you put something in my tea? Well, I just was sipping on tea before you came in here, and I knew you made it. Sorry. No, you're right. I'm getting paranoid. I have to be on my toes whenever I'm at the school. I never know what they're about to do, what they're going to want to do, what they're going to try to do. But sorry. I shouldn't have accused you. I know that you would never do anything to me. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that I don't sometimes worry. You might want to get back for everything that happened. Again, I can't tell you how sorry I am. It hurt me. It hurt me having to see you like that, having to restrain you, having to see you sit there beside me day in and day out. I knew how badly you wanted to go back up on top in the overworld, but, well, that's what I call it, this day-to-day living. It's now the overworld, since I don't spend as much time here. And the lair, it's the underworld. I kind of look at it like I'm purgatory in a way, I am purgatory, and after you have served your sentence, you can enter the overworld again and get better. What do you mean I sound psychotic? I don't sound psychotic. I sound like somebody who wants to make your life better and other people's lives better, and we went over this already. What more do I have to explain to you? Huh? Look, if you want to, you can go talk to that tramp, and she will tell... No? When you're right, you're right. If my program worked, she wouldn't be considered a tramp anymore. And she's not considered a tramp anymore because she's happier in the life that she has now. And she is no longer doing the things that she did in her past. I need to work on how I talk about them after they graduate, or even when they're going through the program. They're being brave. It would break the best of people, having to go through all of that. It would break anyone what I do to them. Sitting there making them watch hours of re-education. Going in and interrogating them over and over and over again. Showing them a new reality. What? Well, that's what I said. I do. I show them a new reality, a new way of living. I absolutely show them a new way. Well, then how would you put it? Okay. Well, I mean, using these different sorts of techniques is showing them a new reality. Reality is, or perception rather, is reality. So I have them perceive their life in a different way. I show them life through a different lens. Is that not helping them see a new reality? Listen, okay? This is early days. You're right. It could end up like the DARE program in America where it absolutely backfires. But this is the pre-work before we turn this into a school or something. This is testing to see if this is what people would want. Hmm? And people may actually want this thing that we're creating together. And, well, how is it not together? It's through your story that this idea was birthed, no? I think that it's a fantabulous idea. Us working together to make this school. Making it to where there's less broken hearts out there. And I was thinking as a subsidiary thing, because I'm really good at helping people find and talk to someone that the loves of their lives. We can have a matchmaking, you know? Especially once we prove that the program works. Then we can help people. What do you mean this is going too far? Darling, I think we're thinking too small if I'm being honest. No, you're right. I'm not listening to you the way I should. I'm going to tell you the thing that no female that in the modern day society tells men. You're right. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you've got a big point there. No, I mean this with all of my heart. I have been focusing more on all of this than focusing on us. It's just that, again, I don't want to see this happen to you again. And I beat her in that first MMA fight, didn't I? Hmm? And then the second fight. And then I made sure that I held you up as my trophy. Screw the belts and the trophies and the prizes and the prize money and all that. I wanted everyone to know that you, though tiny and small compared to me, are my man. And that is a great thing. I wanted everyone to know how incredible I find you. How amazing you are. I wanted that. But that wasn't enough for her. She still went out and found another person and did the same thing to them. Made them fall in love. Head over heels. And then she promptly broke their hearts. The way I knew she would. And I knew she would do it again and again and again. And that drove me crazy, thinking that I don't want anyone else but you. At all. Ever. But she's going to be out there doing that. And I can't go mend all of those guys' hearts because I only want you. But I could potentially save the hearts of you by handling her. But you're right, I neglected you. You're right. Fine. I should probably finish with my inductees because I want to make sure we protect us. And I do like to see them graduate. Truly, I want that to happen. I will let the 6 girls go. And what? 6? Well, there's 6 of them, the induct. I got a little busy. Well, I started doing more digging into you. And then I found some of the girls that you once had crushes on. And, well, that didn't sit very well with me that you once had crushes on them. So then I had to do some more digging. And I found out that they, too, ended up not having the best reputations. And so I may have put them through my system or began it in some cases. Some of them are really close to graduating. But once I have that done, I'm sorry. I'm so exhausted. Plus, all I can do is think about what we could do to make you feel a little bit more relaxed. And I'm sorry. You're right. This is a very serious conversation. And I mean it. I need to be better. I need to calm down, and I really need to focus on us. So what does that look like? What can I do to make you feel more like I am in this with you? I need to focus on you after everything that I've done. Okay, and time with you is something that I hope you know that I've cherished so much whenever I could get it with you. I mean, between all of my training, my fights, I don't have a lot of time, but I always snuck you in any place that I could get you. And you've always loved it when I make sure that you can stay with me. You will stay with me. This is not going to tear us apart. I know you haven't said it's going to tear us apart. Sorry, I get a little worked up, baby, whenever it sounds like you're not happy. My brain instantly goes to how do I make him happy mode, because I know that you're not used to people in your life focusing on you and trying to do things to make you feel happy and comfortable and loved and all of the things that you truly deserve to feel. Okay? So, no, I'm sorry. I'm punching my own hand there. So more time with you. Less focusing on fixing other people who haven't asked for it. And you're right. I make great money between just fights. You know, I so love to fight, which I guess this is why I figured this was right up my alley. Well, how do you think I got the scratches, darling? This is a hands-on sport. You're right. I guess I shouldn't view it as a sport, but it's a little sporty, you know? Okay, and what else can I do? What do you mean? I mean, the cops aren't going to appear. They're not. What do you want me to do? Change my identity? Drive off into the sunset? What do you want me to do? What has already been done has been done, and I don't see the point. And I can't just let them go. I can't. If I let them go right now, they'll go instantly to the cops. If I have to finish the program, I hear you. I hear that you want more time. How about you come with me? I trust you. Well, okay, good point. You're right. I don't want to see you be implicated further, potentially, if this were all to come out. But I have some contingency plans set up. I have tarnished all of their reputations beyond reproach, honestly. So that just means that they can't, do anything. No one's going to believe them. They're the ones I want everyone to believe all people all the time. I don't know. We'll play this however you want to, but I do need to continue, at least with the ones that I have. If you don't want to see me go to jail, and, well, I'm not going down. I am absolutely not going down. I refuse. The only thing I want to go down on is you, my love, my darling, my everything, I need to fan myself. Sorry. It's warm. As I was saying, I love you. I love you. And I will absolutely figure out how to spend more time with you while getting the program done. And also, once it's done, max amount of time with you. In fact, maybe you could come, definitely do that. Sorry. Perhaps you can come photograph me, video me while I do my workouts, and we can post it to Instagram, influencer stuff. We can make TikToks together and YouTube shorts and all of that good things, because I do so love to work out in my shorts, and I know exactly what that does to you when you get to see my big old bulging thighs when I'm doing my squats. Oh, sugar. Okay. I promise. I promise. This doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a bad thing at all. I promise that we will get through this and you will not feel like I'm jumping off the deep end, like I'm going off the rails. Well, I guess someone somewhere could say that I've potentially already done something a little wackadoo and crazy, but is it really all that crazy if you're doing something for the person that you love, the person who inspired you to do everything that you've done? I don't think so. In fact, I think, personally, it just goes to prove that person loves you more than anything. The crazier someone acts just shows you more how deeply in love they are. One person's great. Who wants normal? You know? All the girls who've ever broken your heart or anyone else's heart, they're too busy trying to prove to everyone they're normal. I let my freak flag fly and I just tell you absolutely everything. Because I want us to be so close. I want there to be nothing between us. Oh, sweet pea. I love you. More than anything on this earth. I can't express that enough. Now, I would say that the sun is going to bed, and there's definitely a moon I'd like you to go see. Let's see if I can get you howling. Hey guys, Zine Alexander here. I want to say a heartfelt thank you for everybody who was at our charity live stream. I honestly didn't think we were going to make it to even $500, but we beat it to over 5,000, closing in on 6,000. That blew my mind. This community is incredible. I get really scared when people spend money on me because a lot of times, like I've seen like in like groups of people, some people use that as a way to try to get close to a creator, and that's terrifying for me. It will send me running for the hills more so than anything else. But seeing you guys spend money on other people in need, like that was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And we definitely need to have more days like that. I like the idea that everything that I'm doing goes to help other people in some way. And that scratched that itch. Today's inspiration. I used to have, because I used to work at the music festival and the music industry, like doing concerts and stuff, like helping put them together and all that good stuff. And I know a lot of people in entertainment, and I know a lot of girls who made some really bad decisions when it comes to guys. So I decided that I would try to help my friends, granted not the ways listed in this story, to try and help them get a new perspective, because I think because I grew up with a single dad, I have a very different view on the world, a very different view on how many girls have a view. Like my dad would have taken my mom back with his dying breath if he could have. Sadly, that didn't work out. He never found another love. I think he dated one person one time, but he, for the most part, was alone. And it was because a lot of women expected him to be the one to chase after them, and all this other stuff. So, like, I don't have that belief. I believe in saying what I think. I believe in telling guys if I like them. I don't mind if someone wants to be a house husband. I don't believe in a lot of the rules women put them in these days. I think it's silly. I think let a person be the person that they are, and that's great. And I tried, and some of them I think actually it helped them quite a bit. But quite a few of them, it did not help them at all. They went on to be awful, and I would get so frustrated and angry at how they continued to treat the men in their lives while also like acting like their stuff didn't stink, and I hated it. But anyways, ta-da! That was the inspiration. So I thought that that'd be a fun way to arc this story, because I wanted to pick this story up again, because I like this character quite a bit. So I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.